2021 Honda CRF125FB, meaning big wheel. We have now owned this bike for just over 1 year, and we have loved it, and we've used it a lot. And today we're going to talk about that just a little bit in case you are interested in purchasing or owning one of these bikes. Let's quickly hit a few of the points that you may be wondering about if you're looking at owning a CRF125F or FB. First of all, you might be wondering, after a year, has anything broken? No, nothing has failed on this bike. One time we laid the bike over and snapped the clutch lever. We were able to find a replacement lever that matched perfectly at Tusk brand on Rocky Mountain ATV. During that time, we have changed the oil on it one time, and we are using Honda HP4S motor oil, the synthetic motor oil. During that time, we have cleaned the air filter one time. We have lubed and cleaned the chain one time. We've done our best to simply follow the maintenance instructions in the owner's manual, which is very clear and gives very good instructions for doing it yourself. Here's how the back tire looks after 1 year of use. Pretty hard riding, both myself and my 12-year-old son. It has definitely worn. I would say less than 50% though. The front tire still has an incredible tread after a full year. We are still running the original battery. It's never been charged, and we've never kept it on a tender of any sort. You might be wondering, has it been reliable? Yes, it has. Every time we've wanted to ride it, we've turned the key, hit the start button. It has started and run perfectly. Yes, we did install a TrailTech Vapor display just because we want one, and it's a lot of fun. We track our miles on it, our speed. It has a clock on it, and so that's just really convenient while we're out riding. We also did a video of the installation that is in the video series for this bike. The fuel injection absolutely gets a thumbs up, and I would like to see Kawasaki, Yamaha, and Suzuki follow suit with their Trail Play bikes. That front disc brake is awesome, and the rear drum does just fine. You may be wondering, who rides this bike? Two of us do primarily. I do. I'm 39 years old. I weigh 180 pounds. I'm 5'7.5", and this bike is a lot of fun for me. I have a great time on it. Not just messing around, but actually going out and riding. And then my 12-year-old son rides it as much as he can. Every chance he gets, he hops on, he rides it. He's become a very good rider, and he loves it.
A couple of the reasons I love riding this bike include, well, for one thing, if you want to ride this bike, all what you have to do is go and get your gear on, check the gas, maybe check the tires, and then you can just start it up and go ride. When you finish riding this bike, you don't have to do any crazy maintenance, and you aren't constantly having to replace parts or having to fix and maintain it constantly. One other thing that I love about it is that it's got such good gas mileage, because I can go and ride with my friends all for a long time. I can just fill it up before I leave, make sure it's topped off, and go and ride for a very long time without having to worry about taking extra gas or anything. This Honda CRF125FB has a 4-speed transmission, and I love it. And the first gear on this bike, I really want to compliment. I think it was nice that Honda made first gear so low, and it's super nice because you can come almost to a stop without stalling it. And so if you're going really slow on rocky spots, or you're gonna climb up some steep hill, first gear is awesome. I love the power on this bike because it's got good power, but it's also not crazy, and it's friendly. So it's really easy to ride, although you can still have a lot of fun.
I will add that even as an adult, I love the power characteristics of this engine because it makes it very easy to stay in the low RPMs and chug along down the trail or even climb hills. The engine is very happy in the low to mid RPMs.
I also love the suspension on this bike because it's got plenty and it's perfect for trail riding like this bike is meant to do and playing around. So once again, this bike isn't for straight up racing or doing crazy jumps, but the suspension that it has is capable of playing around to its own level perfectly. I also love the exhaust pipe because when you're riding this bike, it doesn't sound like timid. It actually sounds really good. When you're riding up a hill, it doesn't sound bad. I love the way that it sounds. If you wanted it to sound like some 250 race bike and you put an FMF on it, that'd be cool.
If you are interested in these CRF125F and FB dirt bikes, we invite you to follow along our video series. Maintenance, ownership experience, etc. Thank you for watching.